Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mysticon, Board Game Geek, bringing you our next episode of Wizards Academy, where we are trying to protect the Academy from an onslaught of demons that are making their way into the Academy by using terrible disasters and things of that nature, while at the same time we're trying to learn new spells that can help us and aid us in the ability to repel the demons. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple things first. I don't have any specific corrections or anything like that, but I did want to thank Pencil Polly for wishing me well wishes, all that good stuff, and everybody else that emailed me and thanked and said get better and all that stuff, because I did have surgery and I'm having some challenges with that, slowing me down a bit. It's been a few months, but anyway, I'm going to be okay, as always. The second part to what I want to talk about is that while some games are phenomenally fun to play, like this one, they're not always as fun to watch, and I'm starting to get the sense that we've kind of run its course in this game, that watching it may not be as fun. I'm not sure. I'm going to record this episode, but this may be the last episode of the series, depending on how things go. I noticed the viewership on this one has dropped off dramatically in comparison to other ones, and I'm going to state right now that it's not because the game is not fun to play. It's because some games are just, like I said, not as fun to watch as they are to play. This might be one of them. I don't know. I can't tell because I'm playing it. But we're going to continue, and if you have any specific feedback, let me know. I do have a number of other games that need to get to the table soon. But this is a really good game. I like the deducing of the spells and the mechanics, the very simple yet intricate and complicated mechanics of the board interaction with all the disasters and all that good stuff. So it is interesting. But anyway, let's get right to it. I do have to find a way. If I'm going to win this, I have to find a way to get the Guardians out of the rooms they're in and back into those rooms, either through creation, destruction, or something, so that we can continue on. Because without getting them out of the rooms, I won't be able to get the two glyphs that are in there, which we absolutely need to be successful. Because we've uncovered everything outside of those glyphs except for one spell, and I don't know what it is. So, let's move on. First things first, we're going to look at our active threats. So it says activate all threats in the warded room and the cursed room. So let's go over. The warded room doesn't have any, but the cursed room does. However, it's kind of an interesting dynamic that's going on there. Up here in the cursed room, you got an imp. So we got an imp and an imp portal. So it's going to activate. This imp's going to run into here. It's the only way he can go. He's going to blow up because that thing's going to kill him, and then the portal's going to produce another imp. And that's really it. So that's the entire disaster for Bramblethorn. Let's get Bramblethorn's new disaster out, and then we'll take his turn. Another imp invasion. Okay, well, that's not the worst thing. We've had a bunch of those, and we seem to be surviving them okay. Now let's go to Bramblethorn's turns now. Bramblethorn does have a couple glyphs. He's got these two here that we can use, and they could make a bend dimension spell right now, or a spell that we don't have. So that's it. So basically the best thing it can do right now with those two particular glyphs is, bend dimension spell, and that's really all there is. So that's not bad though. Anyway, but in addition, we can try and use some other glyphs from some other people. We got one of these from Flitter, so we could combine that with a couple of those other ones, because Flitter has it in her shared space. We can combine that with, let's say, Scribe. Well, no, not Scribe, rather, but yeah, we could combine that with, nothing good. Nova, which might be useful to us. We'll see. Now he is, sorry, these little dice bags are in the way. He is in a room with a terror, or whatever they call it, haunt, rather. And if you're in a room with a haunt, has no enduring effects, but I think it's got a special, when a character moves out of a haunted room, move into a random direction. So, thinking for first action, we're going to pick up one of these in the room. Second action, I think we're going to we only have one spell left in the category. I think we're going to cast it right now. So he's going to cast a spell, which is going to be this one. It intersects here and here, because we can use both of these then to cast that spell. We're going to do that and see what this spell is. It is it's a good spell, Light. Remove all darkness tokens in your room. Move all demons in or adjoining your rooms away. Okay, so that's a light spell. We know that that's there, so that next time we can... There is no darkness or demons next to us, so it really didn't have any effect, but we know it's there. We can get it turned up. It is a good spell. All right, now let's, so that was 2 actions. We got a move action. Guess we'll take it to pop over to here to the planar rift and get away from some of this disastrous stuff that's going on. And that will end Bramblethorn's turn. So we do know what the last spell is. It's light. That's not a bad thing. And now we're going to move on to Flitter's turn. Flitter's got some things that she can do. Disaster is discharged. The current player immediately casts the highest level botch spell that has been bound. This costs no glyphs. So that is going to be the highest level botched spell is going to be Deface, it looks like. That is the highest, no, freeze, sorry, rather freeze is the highest level botch spell. It says place an ice token in your room. Replace all water tokens with ice tokens. Well, we're just going to place an ice token in this room. Boom. That botch spell has gone off, and that's going to be her disaster. Now let's draw another one. Activate threats in the Horde in the Awakened room. Okay, not the Crisis. Okay, now we do have a couple, let me see. We're going to, we could cast, yeah, here's what we're going to do. There's a lot of choices here. We're going to move, actually. We're going to move here. And I think I can do this. I can take a move room. Yes, I can. We're just going to pick up a bunch of glyphs because, remember, she's got some flexibility with the glyphs. So we're going to pick up 2 more of these glyphs. That's going to give her 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's going to be her entire turn. So next turn she's going to be doing some moving and some Nova blasting. Now remember, we can move into there even though there's an ice token because we can't keep going. So I think that's how that works. Anyway, that would make sense. And then last but not least, we have Niveta, and we're going to activate all threats in the Scrying Chamber and Workshop. The Scrying Chamber, the Workshop has, yeah, we've got ice and water in the Workshop there, and it says Scrying Chamber and Workshop. So the Scrying Chamber, I don't think has any threats. Yes, it does. It has, oh no. Bam, that is not good. Okay, we're going to take care of that. I didn't look at that, and that was bad. Okay, so Scrying Chamber. We're going to look at ice in the Scrying Chamber and an imp. There's an imp there too, but first let's do the ice. Ice. We're going to activate ice. It says when ice is activated, it freezes nearby water. If 2 ice tokens are in an adjoining room, it just says activate, so we're going to activate ice. Block of ice. If one is activated, then they all activate. When ice is activated, every water token in a room adjoining. Well, that's not going to happen. There aren't any. Okay, so we don't have to endure anything there yet. Special, when a wizard or creature enters. Okay, we got that already. That's it. So the ice really didn't do anything, but the imp, however, is going to do something to Niveta. And let's look at the imp now. The imp, when activated in a room with at least one wizard who has a glyph, one of the wizards present loses a glyph of their choice, and a fire or water token is removed from the room. Well, we don't have that. Otherwise, nothing happens. But we do got to get rid of a glyph. And I guess we're going to get rid of this one because we have a lot of those going on, and that's Niveta. So that was her disaster. Now let's go to that was the scrying room. Let's go to the Workshop. Now that's interesting because there's a water thing there. So a water portal rather, and there's ice. So if I look at the water portal and portal, it says activate, place a threat of the indicated type into the room. When ice is activated, it freezes nearby water. But it doesn't say it automatically freezes water. So we're going to assume that it doesn't yet freeze this water until it activates again. So water has spouted out here, and that's going to be the threat for Niveta. Not as bad as I thought. Okay, now we're going to take another disaster for her. Portals. Until the start of your next turn, whenever a wizard moves out of a room, select a random room. This is the room in which they arrive. So that card is really bad because you never know where you're going to end up if you move. So we may not be doing a lot of moving next turn. Now we're going to take Niveta's actions. Remember, this doesn't affect her this turn. So for an action, let's see. we have, we have the ward spell we could cast if we go up north and get another one of those glyphs. It says draw. Nah, that's weak. Weak. You know what we need to do is get the ability to cast Nova. Okay, so Niveta is going to move north for 1 and take 2 room actions as well. We're stocking up on those glyphs. We are. And yeah, so well, we'll take 1 room action. Let me think about the next one. So we took 1 room action to pick up one of these glyphs. She now has the ability to cast ward, but I'm not too interested in the ward spell. And yeah, I think we need to have some of those asterisk ones. These ones. We need more of these for Niveta. And so that was 1 move. We moved again. We could take our next move, and yeah, we'll take another one of those glyphs. We're stocking up on them so we can start casting Nova spells and destroying stuff. There we go. Boom. Okay, that's going to be the end of her turn. Oh, we're going to have a imp invasion. Okay, well, that ends that turn for Niveta. Now we're going back to Bramblethorn. Bramblethorn, we're going to take care of his disaster first. It's an imp invasion, so we're going to activate all the imps. And imps, when they activate, are interesting, right? So we got a couple of imps in rooms right now. It says imp in a room adjoining a room that contains a wizard or a glyph. Move into the random adjoining room. Okay, so this one's going to move here. This one's going to move, let's see, one that doesn't have anything around it, no glyphs, no nothing. Imp moves into a random adjoining room. So this one, we're going to draw a location card, see where it goes. It's going to go to this direction here. So this imp is going to go here. And then the last imp only has 1 location he can go to here, and he gets killed by the guardian that's there. So the guardian has helped us quite a bit. That's activating. Now if there are fewer than 3 remaining 3 threatening imp portals, there are not. There are exactly 3. We're going to activate them next. So we don't create any more portals, we just activate. So we got boom, boom, and then 1 activates here and is immediately destroyed. Keep activating on top of the guardian. So that was the imp invasion for Bramblethorn. Now we're going to pick a new disaster card for him. Wild Magic, that's one of my least favorites, though right now it's not having a very big effect. So Bramblethorn, all he has is one of these. Now we can, you know what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of those up for a room action. We're going to cast a spell. We're going to cast the Scribe spell by using these 2. That's going to give us Scribe. And we're going to bind, I'm going to call the spell out, which is this one right here. It's light. Boom. Now we have the light spell bound, but Bramblethorn has no more glyphs. And we are not going to move because we have these portal. No, this isn't active yet. This is the next one until the next turn. So that's not active yet. So if we're going to move, we need to move now. But I don't think he's going to actually. He can't pick up another one of those glyphs, but he wants to. So he's going to stay there. And that's going to end his turn. So he took 2 actions, picked up a glyph, cast a spell, and we got the light spell up and ready to go. And we can cast that with at least 1 of. We're going to have to get some more of those. So that thought in mind, we are going to go here. You know what? I forgot about the haunt. It's supposed to go in a random direction. I'm not going to correct it because we already went too far. But yeah, he's going to move back there. He can move into there. He just can't move out. I got to remember that. Help me remember it. No, it's tough. Okay, and that's going to end his turn. So now we're going to go to Flitter. Flitter's got her wand and her lots of tokens out. She's going to convert. And so we're going to say activate all the threats in the Horde in the Awaken Room. Well, the Horde, the active threat is ice. There is no water, so it's not going to freeze. And there is an imp that's going to steal a glyph, and he's going to steal it from Flitter. It's going to be this one. So that one is stolen from Flitter. And there's no water or fire, so the imp doesn't destroy that. And then we got the Cursed Room. The Cursed Room, we're going to activate this. It's going to go boom, run into here, die. Then we're going to produce another one. And that's going to be the disasters for Flitter. Now we're going to have a big threat go off. Okay, so that's going to be Flitter's next one. Now, what are we going to do with Flitter? Flitter's in this room. Flitter can convert. So first room action, We're going to take a room action. Boom. There. We're going to take another one of these. That gives us 4. Now remember, she has the wand, and she can convert any glyph into one of these using the wand. That happens to be the the Nova spell. So what we're going to do there is we are going to cast the Nova spell. We're going to use 2 of these, but one of them is going to be one of these through her wand that allows her to do that. And we're going to take out the ice of the imp. The ice has more potential to damage, so we're going to blast the ice. Can Nova go into an adjoining room? Only if it's supercharged, right? Only if it's, yeah, deal 1 extra damage to 1 target. No, deal 1 damage to every target in your room. So we're going to get rid of this and the imp. Boom. We blasted the ice away, and that was helpful. So she set off a Nova spell. She picked something up. That's all she's going to do. She's not going to move out of that room yet. We want to pick up more of those. We're going to go blast the Guardian next, I think, along with the imp portal and the ice in the Holy Room, so we can start picking up those glyphs. Hopefully I know there's a spell. Hopefully we have it soon where we can get the Guardians back into those rooms. That would be nice, because we need to create a Guardian in the unstable room somehow. Alright, that was Flitter. Flitter's turn. Not a bad turn for Flitter. She's starting to do some damaging spells. We picked a good thing for her wand. It's been helpful. Okay, now we're going to activate Niveta, and Niveta's threat is the portals. So until the start of her next turn, everybody that moves is going to have a problem. But Niveta is exactly where she wants to be. She's going to pick up another one of these glyphs. Boom. Now the only thing she can really cast is Pulse, which is bad. Or, well, she can cast Pulse or Ward. What's the Ward spell? Or she can just pick up two glyphs there. But she doesn't want to move this turn because it's going to send her to a random room. Which may not be a terrible thing, but I don't like it. Draw the top 3 cards of the room deck, discard 1, and shuffle the others into the deck. That's not that good. So I think we're going to take a second room action. Boom. That gives her 4 of those glyphs. Then we are going to move. Now, because of the portal, she's going to pop into a random room. Let's see where that is. Hopefully it's something beneficial to us and not something bad. The warded room. That's actually good. Botch spells cast in this room have no effect. Puts her next to the library. So she goes poof and appears way down over there in the warded room. That wasn't a terrible thing, because now we can start to deal with some. We can cast a free spell on purpose. Move in there, cast a free spell. If we have, and we have the A glyph for it. We just need another one of a type or someone to put it into there, which Bramblethorn will be doing. Okay, so we can actually start getting rid of. I don't want to get rid of fire though. I want to get rid of ice. Let me think. We're not going to worry about it right now because we're done. But remember, the portal is in effect until the end of, or the beginning of Niveta's next turn. So we're going to go on to Bramblethorn, who's got no current glyphs. Does have a wild magic, says randomize the unbound spells in the highest level set. I'm not going to do that because we haven't exposed any of them. I don't know what any of them are, so I'm just not going to bother right now. We're going to draw a new disaster. It says activate threats. Then we're going to take Bramblethorn's turn. For the first turn, going to pick up a glyph there. Going to put that in his shared space. You may cancel botch cast in your room by paying a number of glyphs. Okay, and pick up a second one. Take a room action again. Pick up a second one, and then we're going to move. We're actually trying to use this bad portals thing to our advantage. Hopefully, it doesn't come back to bite us. Let's see what we get. The Enchanted Well. Bam! That's awesome. Okay, we have transported to the Enchanted Well. Is right there, so we can pick up some more glyphs there as well. We got 2 of these glyphs now, and you know, there's some spells we can cast with that. Like we could cast, not really. We need, well, we can cast something. Trust me, we got it covered. We're going to get some things done. But that is going to be the end of Bramblethorn's turn. Now we're going to go on to Flitter. Now Flitter does have an activated threat right here. It says activate threats, all threats in the laboratory. Laboratory is a haunt and the mana crystal and outer dimensions. There's nothing in the mana crystal and nothing in the outer dimensions, so it's just going to be the haunt that is in the laboratory. So activating a haunt has no effect. Okay, So that is going to be the end of that. That was not a bad disaster, actually. Could have been worse. Okay, we're going to get rid of that one. We got one more left. We're going to have to shuffle up some new ones. Water. We're going to have some water come into the game next turn, wherever she's at, which means it's very likely to freeze over. Well, not where she's at now, unless something new happens. Yeah, we might figure out how to get rid. I don't know how to get rid of that. We need to keep, because what I'm also trying to do is gather up enough to get a staff for her, because you can get 5. So for her, it'll be four total runes to get a staff. We can do that next turn. Well, we can get enough runes, or glyphs, but we can't. It takes 5, so we need 4. She needs 4 because her special ability is she can build things for 1 less. Okay, now that's up in the horde, by the way. It is her turn, so we just did her disaster. Now she gets to do things. So I think we're stockpiling with her. We're going to take 2 more glyphs. Since we have no threats in the room right now, we're okay. We're just going to stock up on these glyphs. We're going to take 2 room actions, the glyphs, and not move. So she's got 4 of them now. And next turn, she can pick one up. She can use the room action to create a staff, which is really awesome because when you create a staff, you may spend a move action to cast the spell linked to the 2 glyphs in the box. So we can put 2 glyphs of our choice, I guess. I'll have to look up the staff, into the staff box, and that gives her the ability to cast spells with using movement, which is really good. And it de-spell, so I think we're going to try and get Nova in there, or Scribe, one or the other. Not sure which. Well, we shall see. Okay, and that's going to end Flitter's turn. Now, we're going back to Niveta. And Niveta's portals are going away now. I'm going to have to shuffle. And she needs a new one that would trigger right now, actually, because this was her last one. So we would have added 2 in. We're getting down to the wire here. Now, if we run out, I think we're going to lose by running out of disasters. Because if there's only 2 disasters left to be added to this deck, so we got 2 more run-throughs of this deck right now, and that's it. Okay, well that's actually quite a bit. So we're going to take a new disaster for her. What do we get? Okay, we're going to get activate the Horde in the Awakened Room. Not bad. We're going to do that right now. So the Awakened Room has nothing in it, right? Awakened Room. Oh, it does. It has a ice and an imp portal. So, and an imp. So we'll activate the ice first. Nothing happens. Then we activate the imp. It's going to move in a random direction. It is going to move that. I can't move that way, so it's going to move across. So it's going to move to here, and then we're going to activate the imp portal and put another imp there. That's the warded room. And then we also have the horde. There's nothing in the horde right now. No disasters in the horde. So what do we get next? Wild magic for Niveta. Now, why did I do that? Because I didn't draw one after I activated the portal. She should have had another one. Okay. And now we're going to take Niveta's turns. Now, Niveta is here in the warded room. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Well, she can't cast... Well, she could cast a light spell, couldn't she? No. Nope, she can't. She just stayed way over across. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... Well, remember, we just can't end our turn in room with fire. We're going to go 1, 2, bam, all the way to here. And then for her third action, she's going to take a room action and pick up one of those glyphs. She's got a lot of glyphs too now to cast spells with. It's good. But that's going to be the end of her turn. Okay, we're going to wrap back around to Bramblethorn. And this is going faster, but we're not getting enough done. Bramblethorn just doesn't have a lot going on. Well, it's not in a terrible place. Way down here at the bottom. So we're going to take Bramblethorn. Bramblethorn can actually cast a very good spell, which is the light spell. So what we can do is we can, well, that's bad actually. We don't want to do that. Yeah, I think we're going to stay right where we are. We're going to pick up one of these as our first action. So she's got another rune, or glyph rather. Then we'll move, which is we're gonna move this direction, which is gonna bounce us all the way up to here for one. Then we're gonna move again to here. And that'll be our that'll be Bramble's total actions, Bramblethorn rather, and that is going to end Bramblethorn's turn. Unfortunately, they're going fast. Okay, now we're going to do Flitter. Flitter's disaster is to activate a water portal. If there is no threatening water portal, there is, and we're going to put another water token. Now, there's something about spilling over, but I don't see it. I can't find that rule anywhere. And I looked. So if you can point me to the page or something, or maybe it's an FAQ or something I'm not seeing, because I try not to use the FAQs, guys. And the reason why, unless I know that the game is totally botched without it, the reason why is because I want people to see the game played as if they had purchased it, which means that they're not going to get that opportunity, right? So I don't want to do that. I don't want to make it so if they don't have the FAQ and we don't know, or unless I tell them. But I didn't know there was an FAQ when I started this, so I didn't go look. Anyway, we still have Flitter's turn. Flitter is way up there. Now, Flitter's got some cool things to do. First thing, she's going to spend all 4 of her current glyphs to do a room action. Boom, 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 boom. Now I got it. Well, maybe. Let me look at the creating a staff thing. She can create a staff right now. It's pretty cool, right? But let's take a look at it. Creating items. Let's see if we can find those. Yeah, we're going to have to look this up. I'm going to just try and see if I can find it quickly while you're with me so that I don't have to pause. And I'm sure it's here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to look it up. Hold on. Okay, they have to match the glyphs that you use. And so I may use any glyph as if it were the glyph in the box for her wand. So she's going to convert one of them into one of these. So I'll just trade them out just so I can show you what I'm doing. She only needs 4 glyphs to create the staff. So she's going to use these, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to use a combination of these, which gives her access to the Nova spell. And that's it, the Nova spell. But that's a really good one. And that's going into her staff. Now, again, you may spend a move action to cast the spell linked to the 2 glyphs in this box. So now whenever she's there, she can just use a move action to blast away with the spells. So that was her first room action. Her second room action is actually going to be picking up a second one of these, just because we need we want more glyphs. She's getting pretty powerful. And for her third room action, she's not going to. Well, you know what we could do? Instead, we could do a move and cast we did a room action, move, and then we can still cast our spell. We're going to go here, and we're going to cast. Now it's got to be a move. Yeah, we can use a move action again because we move, cast a spell in here, and get rid of all of the threats in here, including the Guardian, unfortunately. But that's going to allow us to start picking up those glyphs, if I understand that correctly. I'm going to look it up just to be sure, but I believe that's what happens. So let me look that up. Okay, so it cannot attack the portal. But it can kill I think it can melt the ice and get rid of the golem that's in there, or the guardian rather. So I'm still kind of rifling through that just to be sure, just to look at the. I'm pretty sure it can. Yeah. Trying to read through this, just be sure that it can or cannot be destroyed by. It is not possible to target ice with a damaging spell. That's not good, because then we have one here, and I'm going to place the other one back because we made a mistake. We destroyed the ice. I guess we need fire, but I don't have a spell that causes fire. Light doesn't do it. So basically that's still there. So there's still a threat there. Let me just make sure Flitter. Oh, we didn't get her new disaster. Hopefully her new disaster doesn't impact her room. It doesn't. Do we have any one that impacts the Horde? No, we don't. Okay, good. We're okay. We're going to activate threats in the Mana Crystal Room, the Outer Dimension, and the Laboratory. So there will be some threat activation. But anyway, she did move into there. She can't do anything about the Imp Portal. And now the Guardian's gone, so she can start to pick up glyphs. Hopefully, we don't have any Imps coming out right now. And that's going to be her turn. See, now, though, I can start to get these spells active. So we're in a good place. Now we're going to go to Nuveta. Nuveta's got a wild magic card, but again, I haven't shuffled. I don't know what any of those are yet. I've never looked at any of them, so there's no point in shuffling them up. So she's just going to get a new disaster. Portals again. Wonderful. Okay, she's got lots of glyphs. Now remember, the portals isn't activated yet. She's got tons and tons of glyphs, and she's way over on the other side. And what is she going to do with that? She can cast very little, actually. She can cast a deface spell, which isn't very good. A ward spell, which is okay. Or she can gather, you know, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what she's going to do? We're going to use the first, take the action of the laboratory to move a fire, water, or ice token. So we're going to take this and we're going to move it to here. Does anybody activate? Oh, wait. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to take this ice token first as a room action and move it to there, down to there, so there's no more ice token in the laboratory. Then we're going to take our second room action. We're going to move this token to here, which will destroy the ice. If there were 2 ice tokens there, it would turn into water, but there's only 1. And then we got 2 imps there, and I think the imps are going to be destroyed by the fire. Kills trolls, but has no effect on imps or demons. So there's a fire in there now, but there's no imps or... it's not going to affect the imps or demons. I could have put it here and created a bunch of water instead of ice. Maybe that would have been smarter. No, because we don't want the ice spreading. Okay, and then for for Nivetta's third action, we took a room action and a room action, so I don't think we can cast a spell. We can only move. So Nivetta can't do anything right other than that. So she's going to stay put. We got enough to do there. And if we leave that room, the haunt's going to make us move in a random direction. Did I want to try and... oh, I can't yet. She hasn't picked up... Flitter hasn't picked up any glyphs. Okay, anyway, guys, that's going to end this episode. So I am going to wait to hear from you for just a short period of time after this is posted. If I don't, I'm going to assume that everybody's seen enough of this game to see if they'd like it and want to play it, and aren't as interested in seeing the end of it. If I do hear from you guys, I'll keep going, at least enough of you to make sure it's worth continuing to play through. If not, I'll put something else on the table. But it is a cool game, and this is really making me think a lot, so I hope you're enjoying it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon.